welcome to On The Beat, everyone. I'm over here with Bill Gillis from Crowell Gillis and Cooper. Now, today we're talking all about wills and estate planning. It's a very important part, as you have heard me talk before. My mother died without a will, and it was very disheartening and very confusing. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, I'm delighted to be here.
Alrighty, why is it so important to have a will?
Well, in Mississippi, if one dies without a will, the state has a plan for the disposition of their assets. And more often than not, that plan is not the same as the family would wish it to be.
When do you suggest we putting a will together?
I suggest that everybody should have a will. No matter how old or young or what the nature of your assets may be, because what you have is just as important to you as what the extremely wealthy people may have to dispose of. So it's your prerogative to do a will, and you should do it as soon as possible.
And that's what I want to say to you. I'm glad you opened that can of worms that we were just about to talk about, wealth, okay? Because people feel, and maybe I'm generalizing here, everyone, that people feel that if they have no assets, what's the point of doing a will?
Well, years ago when I started in this business, an important part of estate planning and will planning was to save estate taxes. That's not quite as important as it used to be now, because the exemption is in excess of $11 million per individual. So you have $11 million, I have it, my wife has. Everybody has a little over $11 million exemption from taxes. So that's not quite as important as it used to be. It is still important. But the main thing to focus on is what you want to have happen to whatever you have when you pass away. And the authoritative document to address that is your will.
All right. Now, let's just say, you know, we see on TV shows all the time when it comes to people doing wills, okay? And they may just write it on a piece of paper and then tuck it away in their drawer. Is it okay? Is that considered a will, or you really should be using a lawyer?
Mississippi still allows for handwritten wills.
Really?
There are specific requirements. They have to be totally in your handwriting. They can't be on a piece of paper that has anything typed on it. But no two family situations are the same.
True.
It's my view that it could be dangerous to do a handwritten will, because if you don't do it correctly, then it's as if you have no will.
And misleading.
That's correct. And the same thing holds true with form wills that you may find on the internet or other sources.
Exactly.
Again, because your situation is different than mine, and there's no form that you can fill in the blanks that's going to take care of your situation and mine the way it should be done.
And let's put everyone at rest at home. They get, you know, a little nervous calling a law firm. Put them at ease. Where do we start?
Well,
apart from the phone call.
That's great. You know, I'll just tell you, my wife asks me how I can sit around every day, all day long, and talk about death and taxes and these things. And the reason that I can is because I can help you. I have years of experience in planning for estates, all different kinds of estates. So it should be comforting for somebody to talk to somebody who has the background that I do, who understands how to tailor a document to fit their specific situation. Again, so they know that when they pass away, there's not this horrible situation in their family as would happen if they did not do that.
Very quickly, worst case scenario, I die without a will in the state of Mississippi.
You die without a will, the state has a plan for you. And I'll just use myself as an example.
Yes, sir.
I'm married, I've been married for 42 years, I have 3 adult children. My intention would be for my wife to be taken care of for the rest of her lifetime, and then whatever may be left at that point could go to the children.
Right.
Without a will, the state says otherwise. If I die without a will, my wife gets 1/4, and each of my children gets 1/4. And that may not be sufficient to take care of my wife the way I would want her taken care of. So worst case situations, you die without a will, and you look to the state to determine who your heirs are.
Well, sir, very good information. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
If you want to find out more, there it all is up on the screen for you. Give Bill Gillis a call if you are concerned about your will and estate planning. Back after this short break.